Hey friends, today I want to show you how I'm making some personalized Christmas gifts for some family members using my Cricut Maker. So today I am making some personalized signs that will have like a monogrammed letter and a little like established design on it for the first one I'm making is for my mother-in-law. And the first thing I did was I chose the size, and if you want to use the exact same design that I have made, all you have to do is go to the link in the blog post, and it will take you right to my Cricut design space, to the design, and you can actually go in and personalize it. You can customize if you click the customize button, and you can change the letter and the name, everything else, and the date. But you can keep everything the same design. You can just personalize it to yours. So what I did was I cut me this 20 by 10 piece of plywood, and it's just a 1/2 inch plywood, and then I framed it out with some 1 by 1.5 trim like that, and I stained it. So I chose to stain this one, and then I'm actually going to do the monogram in white. I'm going to create a stencil with my Cricut, and then we are going to paint it onto this board, and I will show you that now. So I've already stained it, and I wanted to stain everything the same color. You can do whatever you want. You can paint it. A lot of people would like to paint it white and then do the black lettering with a stained trim. I thought maybe my mother-in-law would like the wood, so that's why I went with this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need to cut, and I'm going to use some removable vinyl right here. You can use like scrap vinyl, maybe a design that maybe you don't love, that you have a lot of, but I'm going to use some of mine for my roll because I need it to be about 16 inches long. So I've got my longer mat here, and I'm going to roll this out, and I'm going to cut it. It's going to be about 16 inches per the design. I'm going to measure it just so I kind of have an idea, because I don't like to waste any. So I'm going to cut this about 17.5 inches just to give myself a little bit of room around it. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to cut it right on my little handy dandy Cricut cutter. I love this thing. Okay. The supplies I'm using for this project today are my removable vinyl and my transfer tape. Right here I've got some of this, and I've got my board, and I've got some white paint. Depending on what you want to do with yours, you can, grab whatever color paint you're going to use. But I'm going to use white paint for this. I've got my long cutting mat, and I'm going to line this up in the corner here. And all the way down this way. Okay. So I've got it lined out right here. Now I'm going to cut it. Now that I have my design cut out of my vinyl right here, I'm going to weed out all the letters so that it leaves the negative space. So, like this, okay? And this usually just takes a few minutes. And you want to make sure to leave any of those little cutouts from like letters with openings, like an H or an E, depending on if it's in cursive or not. You want to leave those there so that when you stencil, they will show up. I'm just peeling this off carefully. Now I have the design all weeded out. I'm going to take my transfer tape, and I'm going to pull it back. We're gonna lay that all the way over the design. Take this scraper and I'm going to rub it onto, just to connect the two so that when I pull it off the transfer tape, the backing, everything comes with. I'm really mostly worried about these little pieces in the middle because everything else will come up, but it's just the small pieces that are cut out in the middle of a word or letter that I'm most worried about. And then tie your thing off with the backing to the Cricut transfer tape. Set that aside. So now we have the transfer tape and the stencil. So now we need to remove the backing to the stencil. You just want to carefully do that. See how that comes off. So you'll end up with the vinyl being stuck. And just take your time, go slow, but it should all come up nice and easy. Okay. And there we have our custom stencil. So now I'm going to take my board that I stained and I'm going to try to center it. Okay, so I've measured some of the letters just to make sure that they are straight on. First I'm going to give it a good rub down with just my finger. I'm going to take this as well and I'm just going to give it a nice, I'm like burnishing it a little bit just so that it stays on there. You would use this a lot if you were going to use just straight vinyl and just put the vinyl on. But I'm painting mine. So, okay, now the next step, slowly. And I just like to pull really low. I don't like to pull up. I like to pull back because then you lessen the chance of pulling up the vinyl, pulling up the letters, ripping it, and stuff like that. So just so now I have my stencil ready to go. Start with just a little bit, a small amount on my paintbrush. And I'm just gonna, sometimes I dab, but for these, since they're larger letters, I actually kind of like to do a brush. Just a couple minutes to dry. I'm not going to let it dry all the way because I like to be able to have the paint a little bit more pliable so it does not pull up with. Carefully pull back on it. And if your vinyl tears, that's totally okay. We can pull those extra pieces up as you go. Just be careful not to touch the wood with your vinyl once it's been painted. Everything looks nice and clean and it doesn't pull up with the vinyl. Sometimes I find that it may pull up a little bit of the wood depending on how long it's been drying for. Okay, so now I've got a few small spots that need to be picked up and I'm going to use my weeding tool for that just so that I don't have to get my hands dirty or get anything else dirty. So I'm going to pick up these little tiny pieces. And we are done. What do you think? Do you think that they will love it? I love creating personalized gifts for Christmas or any holiday. I think it means a lot more to them when they get something that's been personalized to them. There's so many different projects you can do that are not complicated, but that mean a lot to the people that you're giving it to. And I hope you enjoy this project and make some for yourself. Bye.